fan for some head. Let's get in the car, I said. She grabbed my hand. Girls rescue, met the bar, witness said. Tears fled the head, I'm waiting, I guess. She tweet, I guess she confess. She thinking less, not drinking less. Bathroom says, best to get spontaneous. Our stereotype put to rest tonight. Imagine, believe, and achieve, it works. Skyline as I rise like fireworks. Smell through the bad, don't touch my perk.
Yo, hey everybody, and welcome to this edition of After the Storm, your OKC Thunder post-game show. I usually don't do shows after we beat people's ass the way we did tonight, but because, I did not do the last couple games because there's not a lot to talk about, to be honest with you. The only thing we're going to talk about tonight is records because there's nothing to say. If I don't really have anything to really get into to really give you kind of any sort of insights or anything that can really make it to add something to your knowledge, I just usually don't do it because it's just, to me, it's like, it's just a waste of time to me. But we are going to do it since we are online, so we are going to go ahead and talk about the game tonight, of course. But like I said, we're going to be talking about where the Thunders are historically, where SGA is doing historically, and that's what we're going to basically talk about. Because, to be honest with you, that's it. Because we just beat them down so bad. What's up, Spence? We here, bro. I appreciate you, big dog. Good seeing you the other night, by the way. What's up, Burgess? Good seeing you too. The thing is this tonight, I did not go to the game. Didn't really want to go to the game, to be honest with you, because of the Bulls and my guy, the commander, Randy Wright. We have certain games that he's like, well, we're not going to go to this game. We're not going to that game, which, you got to give people a chance to go to the games and enjoy what you're seeing. The Thunder tonight demonstrated what we are defensively, offensively. We're just a beast. But it's our defense that really shows up. And our defense is what makes the difference. It just really, really does, and we're going to go over that tonight. But that being said, let's get into the score of what all happened tonight, which is just, end of game score. The Bulls are now 33-42. The Thunder are 63. Yes, I said that. The Thunder is 63-12. We won 145-117 tonight. Just a complete demolishing of them, considering that they beat the Lakers the other night at home, not away. So that does make a difference. Bulls have one of the worst records, away records in the league. Billy Donovan, of course, former Thunder coach, is their coach now. The reason why Kevin Durant left, one of the reasons, was because of Donovan. And and like I said before, had Billy Donovan been the coach of the Thunder when he took over, had been a previous NBA coach, he would not have made the decision, some of the things that he made. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Bulls 16 for 51 from 3, 21 from 43. The onslaught of threes tonight, Spencer, you, and Burgess will say that. It was brutal. It was brutal. Field goal percentage 44.9 for them, 53.1 for us. 43 rebounds to 44. We out-rebounded them by 1. Pips points in the paint was 54 all. They turned the ball over 20 times to our 14. And then they outscored us 66-65 with the bench, which, of course, that's not really an indication of our bench because that was a fourth quarter. That's exactly what happened at the end of the game in the fourth quarter. When you look at the box score, and what all happened on the box score. Chet tonight, he was pedestrian. He did okay. Defensively he was good, but offensively 5.6 rebounds, 3 assists, no blocks. 2 for 7 from the field, 1 for 2. J-Dub, I thought, played good in his game back. He looked good, 9 for 15 from the field, 4 for 7. 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. I thought he did really well. Ihart, 14 and 7. And like I said, it's going to be harder for him and Chet to get double-doubles all the time simply because they're going to cancel out each other quite a bit. SGA, 27 minutes, 27 points, 9 for 14, 2 for 2 from the field, 7 for 7 from the line, 12 assists, No rebounds, which when's the last time he didn't get at least one rebound? 2 blocks, no steals. Lou Dort, 26 minutes, 11 points. I thought Lou played really well tonight. Defensively, offensively, he only had that one thing where he tried to take that step off backwards off one leg shot. I'm like, dude, quit trying to be a scorer. It just drives me nuts when he does it. Just stick to what you can do. Please. Please do that. I'll be very, 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 very happy. Jay Will, 10 minutes tonight. He looked very pedestrian. Wasn't impressive at all tonight. We didn't need him to be, actually. K. Rich, same thing. 18 minutes, 16 points, but a lot of that was against scrub time, so that really doesn't count. Caruso did what Caruso does. I mean, defensively, he just does what he does. He just does what he does. That's all I can say. Isaiah Joe, tremendous night. Another 8-3 night that kind of like he's been on fire since the game that we won against the Knicks when he had 8 threes. He's been on fire ever since then. Once he was in the we're in MSG, so he really Madison Square Garden. For those that don't know what MSG is, that's Madison Square Gardens. And of course, Case and Wallace does what Case does. And it's so funny, is Case and Caruso are just doing what they do. They really are. And it's just kind of crazy that when you look at this team, and no Wiggins tonight, we did miss him. No Wiggins the other night, we did miss him. It's just kind of crazy how this team just does what they does. No J-Dub, people step up. No Wiggins, people step up. No Chet, people step up. No iHeart, people step up. No Caruso, people step up. No Kaysen, people step up. It's just crazy how this team just flows together as a group and do what they need to do, and they take care of business. They just do. It's what the Thunder do. They take care of business, and you got to appreciate this team and what we're doing. Then now let's talk about SGA. Because the Thunder really don't get into his stats and don't really talk about him, really doing what he does. 16th game that he's not playing the fourth quarter. 16th game. We are 63-12. Or was we 60? Oh, yeah, 63-12. And 16 games he hasn't played in the fourth quarter. And our plus minus as far as what we win games by what we score and what we win is getting ready. It's got to be over 13 now. I will find out tomorrow, and we'll do that on the Unpopular Hour show tomorrow. But it's got to be over 13 now because we were at 12-9, so we got to be well over 13 points victory margins, well over that. What's up, Hot Squad? Wonderful, wonderful game. SGA played okay. The last three games, his shots been off. I agree. He played really kind of casual the other night. And then when Dagnall pulled him out with 7 minutes to go in the third quarter, he had 22 points, I think, at that point. He came out, he went boom, 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 and scored like 12 points in 5 minutes. And, it's just kind of funny that it got him focused. But I agree with you, Hotspot, he's played decent. But he really hasn't needed to. Just get your 20 and move on. Don't get hurt. Get your 20. Let's move on, especially the way that he was giving assists up. And this is what I've said all along. If he's starting to roll and teams start pressing us and we pass the ball, Dort is making threes. Case is making threes. Caruso's making threes. J-Dub's making threes. Chet's making threes. Isaiah Joe comes out and does what he does. We're not going to get beat. I don't care if it's Boston. I don't care if it's Cleveland. I don't care if it's Lakers. I don't care if it's T-Wolves. I don't care who it is. We are not going to get beat. And I keep saying that over and over and over. But some of the things that the Thunder have done this year. This is the 44th 20-plus point lead game we've had this year. I saw that. I heard that. I was like, wait, what? The 44th 20-point game that we've had. All the muff. What's up, JG? And that's crazy. 44th game. 44th. It's just amazing. When I look at this, this will be our 49th double-digit win. The record is 50, by the way, by the Lakers, held by the Lakers, who still hold the record for the most wins in a row. 49th game by double digits that we've won. We will break the record at some point. We've got what? The games that we have left. If we don't break the record of 50, it's crazy. We should go way past that. Once again, we're 28-1 against the East, which is crazy. 28-1, which is going to break the record of all-time records, okay? Quick questions. Hotspot says, quick question, why do critics think Lakers can beat us? The reason why the people are so caught up on the Lakers is because LeBron and Luka. And then you look at what Austin Reeves is doing. So that's why Hotspot that they're saying that, because, like I've said, I don't want to play the Lakers first round. I don't think the Lakers beat us. That's not what I'm saying. But I'd rather smoke them 5-4-1 or something like that. If we play them in the first round, it's going to be a 6-7 game series. Now, they're going to beat us? No, because they can't play defense. They can't stop us going to the basket. They don't have a rim protector. They're going to get in foul trouble. I'm not really worried about them. But Luka and LeBron can be a problem. They can't win it. If you get into a 7-game series and it's the seventh game, LeBron and Luka can be a problem with Austin Reeves. They can be a problem. You can get beat in a 7-game series if it's a seventh game. I don't think it will go there. But in the second round, it will be significantly less for them the chance to beat us, because LeBron would have already played a 7-game series against somebody. They would have had to win that. Then they had 6 or 7 games. Then they had to play us in the semifinals. And there's going to be a 5 or 6 game, or 6 games at least. I think it's going to go 6 and we beat them, but that's just me. I think so. Then at that point, you're going to get that beat down of them, and they're going to be tired. If we play them in the Western Conference Finals, which means if they finish 2nd or 3rd or 6th or 7th, we're not playing them. Now, I think if they have a playing game and they can win, if they can win it, they can be the 7th seed, or lose it, be the 8th. I think the Lakers want to see us. And they really don't. They think they do, but they really don't, because they have nobody can guard SGA. They have nobody can guard Luka. They have nobody can guard J-Dub on a consistent basis. They don't have a shot blocker. So why you want to see us early? And the reason why they want to see us early is because LeBron will have fresh legs. Luka will have fresh legs. That's the only reason why they want to play us early. After that, if they get in a 6-game series, they have to play us in the semifinals, it's going to be tougher. And if they end up going all the way through playing the finals, they have zero chance of beating us. But that's why it is hot spot. Michael Shengo says, good, let them underestimate the Thunder. I agree. And like I said, I'm an old school guy. I ain't afraid of no damn body. Okay, we got to play you at some point. Doesn't matter where first, second, third, doesn't matter. But it kind of does matter, because if you play LeBron and Luka in the first round, if they're the 8th seed and they play us at number 1, we're going to have a tougher time beating them than if they're the 5th or 4th seed and we got to play them the second round. Okay, and if they make it all the way through and play the final round, they have no chance. Now, this is the thing with the Thunder, and I've said this before. Okay, what pisses me off is I've been doing this for 3.5 years. Okay? I've been watching the Thunder. Not everybody's been watching the damn Thunder. They think we're young. And I'm like, dude, after the bubble, when we got rid of Chris Paul and all them, I'm going to tell you what happened. We got Josh Giddey, and SGA and Josh Giddey started bonding. Lou Dort started playing defense. K-Rich came in. We started bonding as a team towards the end of the season. Okay? Then they had to shut it down so that we could lose, and we didn't lose. We're horrible trying to one of those teams that try to, whatever the hell the word is, we don't do that. I can't even think of it right now, but you know what I'm talking about. We're not good at that, just saying, oh, let's just lose these games. That's not us. Not the Thunder good. We're not good at that, okay? Tanking. We're not good at tanking. I saw this team develop something, and I told Mark Long and I told Randy Wright, the commander, I told him, I said, listen, dude, we got a squad. We're building something right here, because we started scoring. They started double teaming SJ. We'd hit Josh Giddey on the top of the key, and he would just destroy teams 4-on-3. Kill him. We still don't have that. We don't have a replacement for him yet. Excuse me. Against the trap. But we were deadly. So then the second year of my second, well, I'm talking about the second year, then J-Dub, we get J-Dub, Chet gets hurt, and then all of a sudden you could just see this transformation coming. And everybody picked us to win 17 games, or 23 games. I said we're going to win 40. Everybody said I was crazy. I'm going, you fools haven't been watching. Because how were we winning? Playing great defense, SGA closed the door. Last year, how did we win? Played great defense. SGA closed the door. Dude, he shot 61% in game tying and game winning shots. 61%. That's how you win games. You have to have a closer. But you have to do what? Play great defense and stop them. We've been doing this for 3 or 4 years now. This is 4th year. Not the first. And I agree, last year we were still young, but I'm like, guys, you don't know. And I wanted the Thunder to get in the playoffs 2 years ago. But they didn't do it. I wanted to get in 2 years ago because I'm like, dude, let's get in now. Forget all this nonsense. Let's get into it right now. But we were trying to get Wemby. I'm like, let's get in the playoffs, get some experience. We're not good at tanking. We're not doing that. Let's go. But, of course, then instead of 2 years ago being our first playoff experience, last year was. And only one person showed up. SGA. No Dort, no J. Will, no J. Dub, no J. Will, no Chet, no Kaysen, no Wiggins, no whomever. Well, we had nobody showed up at SGA. That's why we got beat. And the coach was inexperienced and he choked as well. That's why we got beat. Hotspot says, we'll get them in 6. I agree. They don't have the size. And then, yes, that's true. They don't have the size against us. They don't have it. We attack the paint. They have nothing. Who the hell are you going to be afraid of? Hayes? What if he gets in foul trouble? Remember, he'll have to guard Ihart and he'll have to guard Chet. He's going to get in foul trouble. Tanking, yes. Thank you, guys. Tanking is what I was thinking of. Yes, and we had Horford and Moses Brown. They were willing to give that and go. I agree, Hotspot. I agree. They turned up and got Hartford, and then we're out here because we were trying to, we were winning too much. I agree. We had no desire to do any of that. P. White, the Thunder's fortunes changed when Presti hired Coach D and let him coach the team his way. That's a bunch of crap. Hotspot, haha, on the Horford take. P. White, that's not true. Dagnall is doing exactly what Presti wants him to do. Exactly what Presti wants him to do. And this is why I tell you that. The reason why Memphis does not have a coach anymore, Jenkins got fired, is because they wanted him to do something he didn't believe in. They want him to coach a certain way. Memphis is not going to win the way that these people want him to win, that management wants him to win. That ain't happening. Ja has to be terrific out there doing stuff and being crazy. That's why they have to win. If they don't do that, they're not going to win. Okay? But I'm going to tell you what happened. Dagnall is fantastic, P. White, at developing talent and out-of-bounds plays. He's horrible at managing minutes because he's a minutes manager. He's horrible at lineups, and he's horrible at situational awareness and understanding the floor of the game. He's horrible at those things. He's not any good at those things. Hopefully he's going to get better. He's in his 5th year, but he should get better. But those are the things he's bad at. Because he manages minutes, it causes us to mess up lineups, which causes us to lose floor of the game. That's what happens. So I totally disagree with your deal, but I appreciate you. But it wasn't that. The fortunes changed when we drafted Giddey. We got SGA. We got rid of those other guys. That's when the fortunes of the Thunder changed. Because that moment when you saw those two bond, when they started developing and double teaming SGA and hitting Giddey, go back and watch. Go back and look at old tape, and you'll see exactly what I'm saying. I've been watching this. I've been watching it. I'm just telling you what's happening. And what I see are these things that I'm telling you about right now. Everything that we have been doing for 4 years has built up to where we are currently. We play great defense, SGA closes the door. Or he sets everybody else up to. Because when SGA is flowing and there's no pressure and our players don't have to try to be playmakers. They just have to make plays. We're a totally different team. When our team tries to be playmakers, we're in trouble. That's a fact. That's how it is. And P. White, I don't know if you're still listening or you got off or whatever, but that's a fact. We have one playmaker. The rest of those guys make plays. And as long as the Thunder follow that, we will win. Plain and simple. So, now let's get to this because these are the Thunder's next 7 games. We have the Pistons again on TV. And by the way, we are 16-4. By the way, on TV, guys, this year, if y'all were just questioning. 16-4. Okay? 16-4. The Rockets, We have the Pistons on Wednesday, which is going to be a tough game. Then we have the Rockets Friday night in Houston. And then we have the Lakers, and Suns. Now, here's the crazy part, which I don't know why the Thunder don't talk about this. SGA is going to break Kevin Durant's record. You know, their record I think is 92 or something like that, or 120 something by Wilt Chamberlain. But the modern day record is 72 straight games with 20 points. Okay, and so now when you look at that, he's going to break that against the Suns. Now Kevin Durant's hurt, and that is what. Let me see. We play. That's on a Wednesday, so that's a week from tomorrow. And we don't know if Kevin Durant's going to play. And I didn't know if Kevin Durant's going to play anyways because of the simple fact that we were going to play and he would be breaking his record. Jay would be breaking his record on that day, which is a week from tomorrow, which is going to be interesting to see what happens on that. And then, of course, we play the Jazz and the Pelicans, which the question is, are we going to play everybody or are we not? But, like I said, it just kind of depends to me and how I look at it because – if we go ahead and handle our business up until those last two games, we have a 3-game lead right now over the Cavaliers for the best overall record. If we go ahead and handle our business and don't lose any more games after that, we have a 2-game deal. But here's the question, guys. Do we rest players, and that will give us almost 14 days of rest, or do we play those guys just a little bit just to kind of keep it going, keep us a little bit of flow, and then rest them just in case? But the problem is that somebody could get hurt. But if you play the Lakers the first round and you set for 2 weeks, that's a long-ass time. That's a long-ass time. P. White says, you don't think there's his willingness to mix and match and use various rotations? Now that hurts us. And this is why, P. White, you must be new to the chat. I've told you before, okay, this is my easiest way to explain it. My other guys, they know what I'm getting ready to say to you. This is my explanation to what you're saying. If you're a bartender, 2 bartenders, and they play together all the time, and the new bartender comes in, there's going to be a mess up because they're going to bump into each other because they're not used to playing, okay? They're not used to playing with each other. So in that particular case, what's going to happen is I move here, he's going to move there, or she, whomever, we're going to bump into each other because we're not used to the flow of the game to each other. So to answer your question, what he's done is we're continuing to win without who? We win without Chet. We've won without iHeart. We've won without K-Rich. We've won without Wiggins. We've won without J-Dub. We've won without Caruso. We've won without Kaysen. The only person we cannot win without is SGA. Why? He is the one constant of all of that. And this is why. The rotations is like, it's cool that he does that, and I don't have any problem with that, trying to mix and match. But you know what the lineups are, bro. Or ma'am, or whoever. I don't know if you're a guy or girl. But whomever, the bottom line is we know what your best 5 is. And then what Dagnall did is he tries to protect J-Dub. And if you will notice, the best 5 that we have was SGA, Kaysen, Caruso, Wiggins, or K-Rich, and J. Will or Chet. Or when Chet was out, it was iHeart. Okay? Then he started playing J-Dub with Kaysen, Caruso, Wiggins, and iHeart. Because he's trying to protect him. And then he puts SGA with K-Rich, with J. Will, with Jones, Dylan Jones. I'm like, dude, or Jang. He puts them with SGA. Why? Because he knows SGA can carry them. And he puts J-Dub with the best players because why? So they can cover up his weaknesses. That is what's happening, bro. Straight up. That's what's happening. You just go look for yourself. Go back and watch tape. He can't put J-Dub. If J-Dub is your best player, why do you put him with the best lineup to make him look the best? Because your best lineup, and he would play J-Dub with that group. Because he's trying to insert J-Dub into what SGA is. J-Dub doesn't have the handles. Kaysen doesn't have the handles. Like, SGA made that move tonight. He's in traffic, got a guy on his hip, maneuvered through 3 people and shot a left-hand layup. Nobody else can do that. Nobody has the handles he has. Handles are something that, as in dribbling the ball, is something you have to have. Now, Dagnall, my problem with him is this, is that when the playoffs come, you have to know what your lineup is. The other night, we were struggling. And I forget what game it was. He pulls J-Dub out with 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. We're up 12. Within 2 minutes, we're going a 10-0 run. Boom. He brings it back in the game. Game's over. We're up 24. And I've said this before. Take him out in the fourth quarter for 2 minutes. Let us make a run. Bring it back in. So your lineup at that point is SGA, Kaysen, Caruso, either Wiggins or Dort, or K. Rich, and then Ihart or Chet. That's your lineup. You go run for that for 2 minutes. Then you bring Jada back or Chet back or Ihart back or Dort back, whoever you got. But really, you can go with SGA, Kaysen, Dort, Caruso, Ihart, or Chet. You ain't that group right there. They all can knock down threes. And what is the constant between them all? SGA is creating. He's knocking down shots, which frees everything up. So, P. White, that's all I'm telling you is that I understand your point. All I'm trying to tell you is we win without these guys. Why? Because the team's selflessness, I'm going to agree with that. This is the thing. Our team understands who we are, and they've all bought in. SGA, everybody buys in. Everybody buys in. It starts on the defensive end, and then everything else takes care of itself. Then they know when SGA is rolling, everybody else does. He's got this. And they start rolling. Whenever he's missing shots, the team tries to make plays against good teams, not against weak-ass teams. Sometimes against team, we have problems. You saw what Minnesota did. And you saw what SGA did. The second back-to-back it was Denver. You saw what SGA and Minnesota did the same thing on back-to-backs. He said, okay, you mad at me for shooting? Y'all go ahead and do it. See what you got. Got our ass beat. We're not going to win without him. When he scores, everybody else relaxes. Let me see. Hotspot. Play AJ and see what he can do for these last 7 games. I'm hoping AJ comes back. I don't know when he's going to come back. It should be this last week. They should have done his, I know 10 weeks was last week, and 12 weeks is next week. So I know they were evaluating him, Hotspot, and I agree with you. We need A.J. Mitchell because with that second group, he is the ball handler that we need. You're welcome for the response. I thank you, P. White, for coming in. Hey, come in our chats all the time. We don't discourage anybody and don't beat people up. We just go give you the truth, and you can disagree with me, and there's no problem with that. And if I disagree with you, there's no problem with that. Like I disagree with Hotspot in the beginning of the year about AJ, and then I apologize, P. White. And everybody in this chat who's normally with me, they'll tell you, I apologize to Hotspot. I was wrong about AJ. I have no problem admitting when I'm wrong. If somebody has a point and I look at it, yeah, you were right. Because the one thing about it, you have to grow. I believe that my growth is always being willing to listen to other people. And if they pay attention, if you've got a good point, bam, I'll listen to you. My theory on organization non-promoting of SGA is they believe they are waiting for the dominoes to fall. MVP, first team, all NBA extensions, 300 plus until they're. I don't know about that, Burgess. They don't promote SGA, never have, because SGA even made a comment about when they were interviewing when I forget who it was that was interviewing him. Was it Candace that was interviewing him? And she was asking about, Dagnall didn't say blah blah, and he goes, I understand. I know that. He knew immediately Dagnall did not give him any love. He knew that. He wasn't going to promote him. He's with the team. He knows how the guy is. He knows how they are. He doesn't promote anything but J-Dub. This organization promotes J-Dub. The Dagnall promotes J-Dub. And as I said earlier on this morning on the show, on the Unpopular Hour, the 2 best players Oklahoma City has had is SGA and KD. KD was drafted by the Thunder organization management, but he was a Seattle Supersonic. Then his second year was the year that he became a Thunder because the Thunder then transferred to Oklahoma City from Seattle. But he was drafted a Seattle Supersonic, even though Sam Presti drafted him by default because remember it was Greg Odom or him. If Greg Odom would have went first, I believe that would have happened second. So that's how I look at it. SGA, his first year he was with the Clippers. He came here his second year. They promoted Jay. They made sure Russell Westbrook won the MVP, and there's not one person who will ever say that Russell Westbrook was the most valuable player, was the best player in the league. Wasn't even close. But him being the first guy to do the triple-double, and the Thunder promoted him and helped him do that because of them allowing him to get rebounds, him playing completely out of position, which is why we lost games, which is why he was self-promoting himself. That's what happened. But the Thunder did not promote KD. They don't promote SGA either. So that's my deal, is that it's ridiculous. He's going to get his extension. And SGA, I believe, is going to wait to be the first $400 million guy, because if he doesn't sign this summer, which he's not going to, I don't believe, and if he doesn't sign the next summer, or I think it's next summer, if he signs the next summer, that is going to be his $400 million extension when that new bargaining agreement kicks in. So I don't think he's going to do anything until then. And he fired his agent, and I agree with that. Why do I need an agent? I'm going to give you $12 million to do what? If I'm first team All NBA, I'm going to get the Supermax. And the Supermax is going to be this amount when I sign. Whether that's this year, it's this amount. Next year, it's that amount. The year after, it's the next amount. No matter what, I don't need an agent, because I'm gonna be first team All NBA. So bam, that's what that is. So that's why I agree with you a little bit, Hotspot, about some of that, or Burgess, about some of that. But he's going to sign his extension. I believe he wants to be the first $400 million guy. That's just me. And would you want to be the first $400 million NBA player? I would. I think I believe he's going to hold out to get that. Because why wouldn't he? I believe it's 2 more years. That's not this summer. I think it's the next summer he can sign it, or is the summer after that. But, he fired his agent. I mean, like, why am I giving you $12 million to do what? You're going to look over a contract? I can hire an attorney. There's tons of attorneys here in Oklahoma City you can hire, and you can pay them $500 an hour, $1,000 an hour. You pay them $10,000, $5,000, or whatever their fee is to look over a contract and make sure it's perfectly for you, which any of them will be more than happy to do. You give them $5,000 to say, hey, take a picture with you and put it on their desk. So, let me see. A should be on track coming back this week after reevaluation. I hope so, Burgess. I want to see him. I really, really want to see him, Burgess. You want me to tell you my secret in evaluating talent? Watching Summer League, and whoever scores 20-plus consecutively will be successful in the pros. I don't have a problem with that, Hotspot. That's a good analogy. I don't have any problem with that. He deserves that MVP. SGA is going to win the MVP. Durant leaving the team, too, he deserved it. To me, he left the team because of Preston, what they did by promoting. They pumped up Russell. That one decision by Sam Preston and his organization, pumping Russell, completely destroyed that team. 100%. KD said, F y'all. If y'all want him, he said, okay, F y'all. And lied to him and acted like he was going to sign a contract, and then bounced. That was a payback to the Thunder management. That's what that was. And people I'm talking about coming back, I don't see Sam Preston letting him back. I just don't. Also, I do feel that Dagnall has the introvert, nerdy demeanor. Yes, I agree with that. A couple of players spoke on that as well. They all feel like Dagnall is socially awkward and only focuses on game tape and development. Okay. I can see that, Burgess. Plus, we could have went deep into the playoffs, but we had to hack Robertson, and Westbrook would go to the bench, and we lose a 15-point lead to the Rockets. 2 minutes of Westbrook's rest. I disagree with that 100%, bro. That's not how I saw it. But I'm gonna say this with Westbrook. I want Westbrook on my team until the last 3 minutes of the game, and then I want him out. He has the worst plus-minus of any team ever. Hi, big boy. Hi, baby. Of any team in the league, of any player in the league. He's terrible. He does not know how to do but one thing, and that's to play full speed. He does not know how to play half speed. He plays full speed. And you've got to be able to understand the intricacies of the game. And that's why I tell people, I would love for him. What do you want? Huh? What? Come here. Want to say hi to everybody? Huh? Want to say hi? Yeah, I love you too. I know. All right, go. Anyway, that's my boy A. Sorry. He has to get attention. He's mad at me right now because he hasn't got. I've been gone, so he's mad. But Westbrook cost us game, and in that game 5 that we lost to the Warriors. Everybody forgets we have been attacking the basket the whole time. There are guys that have been coming over, and we were getting tip-ins all day long. Roberson, Ibaka, whatever, because Westbrook and KD were in constant attack mode. The last 5 minutes of the game, we started shooting jump shots. That's what cost us the game. That's what cost us the game. Plain and simple. And Westbrook, when Kevin Durant was gone, we couldn't beat anybody because of the stupid shots he would take and people backing off of him making threes. Go back and look at it. And I understand that people love Westbrook. I get it. I'm not a fan of his because I saw what he did to this team. I'm out. I've been out on him a long time. Let me see. Alex R. Burgess, very true. Hopefully he can turn that nerdy demeanor into a championship. Guys, listen. If Dagnall doesn't change keeping SGA on the bench, and teams are going to exploit the 2 minutes in the second quarter and the 2 minutes in the fourth quarter, they're going to exploit him. That's what they do. That's why we've lost to the Dallas Mavericks. That's why we lost to Golden State Warriors. They understand what he does, and he's a minutes manager because of his nerdiness. He will cost us. And I've said this 1,000 times. When you look at Boston, when they got beat by Miami and upset by Miami, and what they did the next year and then won the championship, the same thing happened to us. We got beat by the Dallas Mavericks, a team that we were better than and should have beat. But the inexperience of the coach cost us. So what the Celtics did is they got rid of Marcus Smart. They added Porzingis for some beef inside, and then they added Drew Holiday. And then they put 2 NBA veteran coaches on the bench to help their coach. We, on the other hand, did the same thing. We added iHeart, and we added Caruso. By the way, Sam Presti, genius, the Caruso thing was unbelievable. Unbelievable. Wait, Sam Presti is ridiculous. Anyway, you added him to beef up what we do defensively. But then you didn't bring anybody to help Dagnall get through situations, which I'm hoping that he doesn't do. My thing is this. You can't sit SGA for 7 minutes in the second quarter so you can play J-Dub to say, oh, let me get another minute. No. When it goes to 6:47 and there's automatic timeout, you don't wait till you kick the ball in, because if you'll go back and watch, what he does is soon as the TV timeout is over with and they input the ball, he brings in SGA. Well, hell, why didn't you bring him in then? He could sit on the sideline for 10 seconds or 2 minutes. Then if he's sitting there too long, you got to call timeout. Now you're wasting a timeout you're going to need later in the game. That's one thing. Number 2, he plays J-Dub the same amount of minutes he plays SGA. What the F are you doing? They are not the same guy. They're not on the same page, the player. And in the fourth quarter, and I've said this 1,000 times, if he will pull J-Dub out for 2 minutes, you bring SGA in at the 7-minute mark, you sit J-Dub for 2 minutes till about the 5-minute mark, 4-minute mark, let us make a run with SGA, Kaysen, Caruso, Dort, and Chet, or iHeart, whichever one you want, preferably Chet. You make that run, you bring it back in, and you close the door. That's how you're going to win the championship. But if he leaves J-Dub in the whole fourth quarter and he sits him so he can play the same amount of minutes that SGA is playing, the Thunder are going to get beat. I'm just warning you right now. That's what's going to happen. He's going to get manipulated by the opposing teams because they know exactly what he's doing. I'm talking about the teams in the West. The teams in the East haven't played us enough. We're 28-1 against the East. They haven't played us enough. They don't understand. But the teams in the West, they get it. Minnesota gets it. Great point, by the way, about Minnesota up there. Minnesota gets it, hot spot. Minnesota gets it. Dallas gets it. You won't have to worry about playing them. The Warriors get it. 100% they get it. The Nuggets, they get it as well. They understand him. They can understand how to beat him because of what he does. They're going to completely take advantage of him. I can promise. And hot spot, no, it wasn't Jones Jr. Do I need to go back and tell you what the hell happened in Game 4 when SGA went off and shot 6 straight times? You can see Dagnall tell him not to shoot. He went boom. Game 5, he starts Isaiah Joe. We had no rhythm whatsoever. Zero rhythm. The commander and I in the stands, we're like, what the hell is he doing? Why are you changing lineups? Horrible decision. We played terrible the whole game. Game 6, couple things down the stretch. James Jones killed us in the corner, and PJ killed us in the corner. But what really hurt us was simple. His lineups. Because of when he was playing people. Where are you playing them? We're not 11 deep. What are you doing? That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm saying, Hotspot. James Jones killed us. Washington killed us way more than James Jones did. Knocking shots from the corner. How did they beat Minnesota? James Jones, P.J. Washington from the corner. But for us, and then in Game 6, when S.J. fouled P.J. Washington, you're going to challenge that call. You're up two. You're up 1 with 8 seconds to go, 3 seconds or whatever it is to go. Why would you challenge that call? Ask SJ going, hit him on the hand. You just challenged it. Well, if he makes all 3 free throws, we're down 2, ball at half court, you're fantastic at out-of-bounds calls, out-of-bounds plays. Okay? But instead, you challenge it, we lose timeouts, he makes 2 free throws, they go up, then he misses the 3rd one. That's what happened in the game. That's what happened in the game. That's what happened in that series. He got out-coached 100%. That's what happened. And then in the Boston series, what did they do? They said, okay, we're going to guard Kyrie, we're going to guard Luka, and then we're not going to let you shoot wide open threes in the corner. And we're going to make those 2 beat us one-on-one. That's what they said. And then we go get Caruso, and we go, okay, Luka, we're going to guard you with these 3 guys. You trade out. You starting out with Dort. Set a pick. Oh, you got Kaysen. Oops. Throw another pick. Oh, you got Caruso. That's what happened with the Dallas thing this year. Sam Presti said, let me do that. But he gave us nobody to help Dagnall on the bench. And he is nerdy and he is where he is. I get all that. But that's not going to help you win a playoff series because you have to be able to understand flow of the game. He has no clue about that. He has, this is how we do it, and then you all are sitting there saying the same thing. Well, we've won so many games. Okay, the fuck does that mean? That doesn't mean anything, guys. You have to understand, the playoffs are perfect for a team like us. Perfect. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to come back. I'm going to finish this deal. I want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors. If you have needs for engineering, surveying, and planning, hit my guy Mark Long up. He'd love to take care of you. If you have needs for water treatment plan in your city or county, they will make sure you have clean drinking water. Grow Trucking, if you have needs for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, hit my guys up over there. They love to take care of you. They're getting ready to add a new truck. So proud of my guy and how far he has grown. Really, really happy for my guy. So call those guys up if you have needs for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved. And then, of course, YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender, member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area, which tomorrow we will be at Georgia's Happy Hog tomorrow. Or you can go into one of their 5 locations, the main bank at 401 Elm, 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma, YB East, which is off the Yukon Parkway, and US 66 at 39th Expressway, YB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road, YB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks and I-40, just south of I-40. Cannot miss it, right in front of the hospital. And then, of course, YB Peoples, located in Bethany. Excuse me a second, let me blow my nose. Sorry about that, guys. YB Mustang, located on 23rd between YB Bethany, located on 23rd between Rockwell and MacArthur. Bank I always go to because it's closer for me. And then, of course, the House of Creed, handcrafted since 1760. And they got some good smelling stuff. And they've always told me, Matt, remember, pick the best for your best. And they got some great smelling perfume for your wife, for your girlfriend, or your significant other. And then also they have great smelling cologne for a guy. So go in and hook those guys up. Go talk to my girl Beth. Tell them y'all heard the show by me, and they might be able to hook you up on something cool, okay? Go tell them you heard it from House of Creed and Dillard's. Can't miss it. They're in Penn Square Mall. Let me see. Alex R. I went to my first Thunder game in Oklahoma City, the Charlotte Hornets game. Okay, that was last Friday. I went for the podcast on YouTube. We weren't able to get on the court. They have had a court shot and signed basketball with OKC players. Oh, very cool. You got on the wait a minute. What does it say? You took a half court shot for a signed basketball. Oh, okay, very cool. Did you make the half court shot though, Alex? Don't tell us that if you didn't do it. Hey, we want to know if you make it. That's so I don't agree with starting Joe. Oh yeah, that was a terrible decision. Like he did. Remember they did that in the Cup series. He started Isaiah Joe again. It's like, what the hell are you doing? It says Alex R says my son sank the first half court shot. Really? Wow. We got in a shootout with the host of the show. He drained his first 3-pointer. It was awesome. Man, that is fantastic. Tell your son congratulations. That is amazing. That is awesome, bro. Congratulations. That is crazy. Tell your son that I'm not playing him one-on-one, okay? Tell him I'm out on that 100%. I'm not playing your son. So, anyway, okay, now, let's get into, right now, the playoff scene, okay? In the NBA standings, and this is where they are right now, okay? Now, there's some games going on. There's still a couple games left playing, but this is what it is, pretty much. We're sitting number one in the play-in game right now. There's the T-Wolves, the Clippers, the Mavs, and the Kings. Okay, that is the 4 guys for the playoffs, okay, for the play-in game. And when you look at it, I don't know how it's going to be after tonight or tomorrow. So, 2 for 2. All right. Hey, tell him I said congratulations again, Alex R. But anyway, the Rockets right now as it stands, we'd play the Clippers. I'm not afraid of the Clippers. I'm more afraid of the T-Wolves in the first round than I am the Clippers. I don't think the Clippers can beat us 4 times. I don't think they have guys who can plus who knows how long Kawhi will be able to even stay healthy. But anyway, we'd play the Clippers. The T-Wolves would play the Rockets. The Warriors would play the Nuggets. And then the Grizzlies and Lakers would go at it. And, of course, the Lakers would take care of the Grizzlies pretty much in 5. I don't know if the Grizzlies could even win one game especially, but I don't think the Grizzlies would be there because they're not going to be able to survive the way that they're going. I see them maybe being at 6 or 7 and maybe even 8. I just don't see them. I'd like to play the Grizzlies the first round, to be honest with you. That would be fantastic if they dropped that far. And I would love to see the T-Wolves. If I had my ruthers, I'd have Thunder, Rockets, Nuggets, Warriors or Lakers, either one, 4-5. The T-Wolves at 6, okay? And then it doesn't matter after that because I would like for the Rockets to play whomever, and then I would like for the Nuggets to play whomever, which would be probably the Grizzlies, or they drop all the way down. Probably play the T-Wolves. That's probably who they'd play in 6th seed. And then the Lakers would play the Warriors. Then we would play the winner of that series. And then the Rockets and Nuggets would play either the T-Wolves or the Warriors. And that would be a hell of a series because they would beat the hell out of each other. And then they'd play, and the winner of those would receive us. And here's my thing with us. And I don't care about the East, okay? I don't care about the East. But this is what I say about the Thunder. The one thing defense does is travels. Hotspot, I don't think the Kings are going to make it. I think they're going to get beat. But this is the one thing about defense, and I've said this many, many times. Defense travels. Football, defense travels. Baseball, defense travels. Soccer, defense travels. Hockey, defense travels. Football, whatever, defense travels. Offense, you're going to have a bad shooting game. If you think we're going to shoot 3, if Dort's going to shoot the way he shot, and Joe goes, not every game it's not going to happen. That's why I'm saying about the Lakers and playing them, and these other teams, you have to do that 4 times against us. Now, a couple times, yeah, that's possible. But 4 times? And then, 4 times, Shea has to have a bad game 4 times. The rest of the team has to go over for 4 times. And we have to be terrible on defense for 4 times. I don't see that. A couple times, yeah, I can see that. You get hot and you can do what Denver did and shot 60%, whatever. Yeah, there's going to be stuff like that. Okay? But 4 times, yeah, no, that's not happening. But the way we play and what we do 4 times, yes. Coach D is learning as he continues to grow as a coach. He definitely knows the game, and he's getting better. What's the letter grade would you give him so far this year or overall? This year, I'm going to give him. This is where I'm going to give him a little bit better grade. When J-Dub went out, he was a completely different coach than he was when J-Dub's plays. He coached completely different because his pet, his guy, this guy that he's hanging his hat on, wasn't playing. So he coached completely different. And the question is now that J-Dub is back, is he going to change? So pre-J-Dub being hurt, I'm going to give him probably a C plus, a B minus. B minus. I don't like the fact that he sits SGA so long. I don't like that. He sits J-Dub he sits him, instead of him taking him out the 5 or 6 minute mark in the first quarter like he was doing, he's taking him out 2 minutes later, so he's letting him play 2 minutes long. Get his ass out of there. We play better with him on the bench. Get him the hell out. The 6 minute mark like he should be out. Get his ass out. And let's go. And I was on a text chain with Nathan today in the game. When as soon as he got poured out, he goes, okay, let's roll now. And that's what we did. I mean, that's what we did. It's no secret. So with J-Dub being gone, I'm going to give him a B plus because he actually coached. So that's how I look at that, P. White. I'm going to give him a better grade when J-Dub wasn't playing compared to when he is playing. When J-Dub's playing, that's his guy, and he's going to play him as like the other night. He said pull SGA out in 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Really? You play SGA the first quarter and third quarter. Now you take him out with 7 minutes to go. SGA hadn't been playing well. Stick him back in with 2 minutes. He scores, and then boom, 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 boom. Fourth quarter, he just goes off. Maybe you want to get his attention. You would never take J-Dub out with 7 minutes. J-Dub is looking better, though. Yes, he doesn't feel forced. I like how he's played the last 3 games. I agree. That's what I'm saying, Hotspot. He's come back. He's been more relaxed, and he's been different because what did we do? We went undefeated without him there. We did Cason Wallace, and I've said this before. J-Dub being out was the best thing in the world for Cason Wallace. Because Cason Wallace grew as a player with J-Dub being out. Okay, 100% he did. And then when J-Dub came back, J-Dub was sitting over on the sidelines. He's watching, damn, they don't miss me at all. They don't really need me as much as, I thought. No, we really don't. But you sit SGA for 6 minutes and see what happens. Let me see. Alex R. The Lakers defense is not good. 100%. Hunt Luka. Yes. Hunt Luka and Reeves. Both of them. The refs are fair with Luka. Okay. Now remember now, Alex R. In the playoffs, they don't call as many fouls. And I hear this stuff about SGA being a free throw merchant and all this bullshit. Excuse me, BS. SGA shot almost left one less free throw. It was a little bit less than a free throw a game from the regular season to the playoffs last year. Changed less than a free throw a game. Or right at a free throw. So it's going to be right at a free throw again. Okay. But the thing is this. The difference between him and Harden, and I hate this comparison. The difference between him and Harden is very simple. Harden would flail and flop and whatever and look for fouls so he'd go free time. Wasn't even trying to get an and one. He's in there grabbing at the referees. Team's going down the court. His team gets scored on. SGA don't do that. SGA is either and one or he gets the foul. And if he doesn't get the foul, he misses. He comes back. He scores the next time. James Harden is too busy in his feelings. Oh, I'm getting all these free throws. Dude, he averaged almost 13 free throws one game, 1 year. Really? That year he did all that scoring? It's crazy. So that's kind of how I look at it. But we got to hunt what? You hunt Luka and you hunt Reeves. Those two can't play defense. And LeBron really ain't that great of a defender either. But they got Jackson Hayes in the middle. That's all they got to block shots. And remember, this is the thing. And I'm gonna give Dagnall P. White, I'm gonna give him a little love. When J-Dub was out and he started putting Chet and iHeart together in the second and fourth quarters, and he started that right before J-Dub got hurt. But when you started that, it completely changed what we went. Since J-Dub went out, we became the number one highest scoring second quarter offense in the NBA when he went out. Why? Because of the simple fact those Twin Towers are beasts. They are beasts. You will be concerned with overusing SGA? No. He's 26. And like Nathan Taylor and I, who's not on the show tonight, Pat, we've said SGA need to be playing 38 to 40 minutes in the playoffs. You can't go play him the whole first quarter. Let me break it down to you. Whole first quarter, whole fourth quarter. That's 24, third quarter. He always does that, okay? That's 24 minutes. Dagnall sits in for 7 minutes. So he comes in with 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Okay, after he's set and rested or whatever he's done. And this my thing is, he had the one game he had 20 points in the first quarter, and you set him for 7 minutes. He had 20 points in the first quarter. Your best player is hot, and you sit him for 7 minutes because you're managing minutes. Most NBA coaches would be, no, my best player's on a heater. Let's go get 60, go get 70. Not how Dagnall looks at it. So I don't worry about that. So anyway, my point is, if he plays the 5, let's say he brings him in at the 6:47 minute mark. So let's say 7 minutes, second quarter. Okay, so that's now 31 minutes for 3 quarters. And then you bring him in with 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and look at you. That's 38 minutes. Okay. Okay. That's fine. But also what could happen is you could bust them open, bringing him in early, and then at the 3-minute mark, we're up 25. You sit him at the 2-minute mark, game's over. He can let everybody else shoot. He's done. So that's why I'm not concerned with that. That would be my strategy. Bring him in, let's blow teams out, let's get rest, and let's beat teams by double digits like we've been doing. And let him rest where he doesn't have to feel like he's got to score down in the rest, because there's 30, for example, there's 38 minutes that, was it the Boston game, guys? Help me with this, hotspot, and guys, help me with this. I think it was the Detroit game. Which game was that he played 38 minutes? Was that Detroit? And you could see he was freaking exhausted because the physicality of being beat up and him having to score and play defense because he's a two-way player. He was completely exhausted. Now, if he plays like that, Pat, he can't maintain something like that every other night doing a series. He can't do that. No way. Okay, that's impossible. But most of his 37, 38 minutes games after that were, he might have, of 38 minutes, he's going to have probably 30 where he's going hard, and then he knows where to take off and where to be casual and stuff. So you can do all that. So he does that quite well. Okay, but playing him 38 minutes of real 38 minutes, like Detroit game, he can't maintain that because his body, there's no way he can play, let's say 6 games in the first round, 6 games in the second round, 6 games in the third round. That's 18 games. And then you have to go, let's say 7 games in the finals. That's 25 games of 38 minutes. Physical 38 minutes, no way. Even though he's 26, his body cannot put up with that sort of punishment over that length of time. Not going to happen. It can because of technology and stuff, but I just don't see that happening. So my thing is this. There's a different type of 38 minutes. There's 38 minutes where you're not giving the opposing teams the 2 minutes to get a run on us and get flowing. And then there's 38 minutes like against Detroit where it's just a physical beatdown because SGA does play defense. He is physical on the defense because we are physical on the defensive end. Because here's my thing. This is my take on the Thunder and the 86 and all these nonsense about us being too young. We are very physical on the defensive side of basketball. In the playoffs, you can be physical. They let you get away with being more physical on the defensive side of basketball, number one. Number two, you get 5 less possessions per game. Okay? Because of the simple fact, everybody's knocking the shot clock down because every possession matters. You can't afford to give away a game, so you have to take care of the basketball. So you get less possessions. So with getting less possessions, you can't have the coach play a stupid lineup to give away possessions in the second quarter. Well, those 2 or 3 minutes that you gave away, those 3 or 4 possessions you gave away in the fourth quarter, instead of you being up 6, 8, 9, 10 points, you up 3 or 4 because you gave away possessions in the second quarter. These are the little things that the little nuggets that I'm trying to help you guys understand all the flow of the game. It's not just the end and you're winning. It's way more than that. Who are you playing and who are you putting in the game? When are you putting them in the game? Who are you playing these guys with? Who works together better? Why aren't you playing together the team, the five that work together the best? When we need them, why aren't you playing them? But when it really comes down to it, pressure comes on it, who do you have in the game? SGA, Kaysen, Caruso, Wiggins, or K. Rich, and J. Will or Ihart when Chet was hurt. It was mainly Ihart. That's who they had in the game. And then when Ihart was hurt, you had SGA, Kaysen, Caruso, Wiggins, and K. Rich. You went small. And we weren't giving up nothing. But what can all 5 of those do? They can all shoot the 3. They can all play defense. So they get in your face. You ain't got no lapses on defense whatsoever. And we rebound and we kick out and we shoot 3s. That's when you go small, which that's what happened to Minnesota. That's what happened to these guys. You can't play those guys because when we go small and we're knocking down 3s and your bigs can't guard the wing and the pick and roll, you're in trouble. And you can't have your bigs out there. So those are the different things that we are doing to make the difference. But he knows that, but then he doesn't do it. I'm like, and that's what I'm saying, P. White. That's part of my problem I have with him. Coach, you know who to play. Why aren't you playing them together? And when we get A.J. Mitchell back, the thing about that is going to be fantastic because now you got a ball handler, and J-Dub doesn't have to handle the ball. You ain't got to worry about that, which cuts down on his turnovers because his ball handling is terrible. And then next year, you have Topic. And then the question is, what happens to A.J. at that point? Because Topic is going to be your second guy, and him and J-Dub are going to be running together. And let's say you have Topic, J-Dub, Chet, Ihart, and Wiggins running together in your 5, or Kaysen, or Caruso running in that 5. That's going to be nasty. Then on the other side, you got SGA, Dort, Caruso, Kaysen, and Ihart or Chet running the other group with the other side. Dude, you nasty. You nasty. Sam Presti has put together a fantastic team. It's just like last year. Everybody wanted to trade for marketing to give up Kaysen. We ain't giving no damn Kaysen. This year, we wanted to give up Cam Johnson. We want to get Cam. Oh, no, we ain't giving up Topic. No, we're not doing that. Because I'm telling you, a 6'9" Cam would make this team, we're winning the championship. I don't give a shit who we play. We're not losing. And that's what I'm saying in the draft. The only thing the Thunder is missing is a 6'9", 6'10", 6'11" guy who can do what Wiggins does, who can do what K. Rich does, who can do that. If we can get that guy to do that, kind of what Nas Reed does, and what's my other guy's name? McDaniel does for the T-Wolves, that's going to take us to another level defensively. It just is. And offensively, it just is. It just is. So, anyway, guys, okay, we're going to go. Hope everybody's having a fantastic night. Tomorrow we're off and we play the Pistons on Wednesday. Well, it's going to be a hell of a game. And remember, we have a chance to go 29-1, the best record in the history of the NBA for that. Okay? We already have the best record because 28-3. What was it? The best record ever was, what was it? I know I put that down. What was it? 28-3. 27-3, whatever the best. Let me see if I have that here. I think if I saved that, let me see. Okay, 27-3 was the previous best record, held by the Warriors 15-16 versus the East, and the Mavericks in 06-07, 27-3. The Lakers in 99-2000, 27-3. The Bulls twice versus the West, 25-3. And right now we're 28-1, so we will have the best record against the East in the history of the NBA. The history of the NBA. So that's what we have to look forward to. So that being said, hey, appreciate you guys, coming on tonight, giving me your opinions and doing your stuff. Appreciate y'all all the time. And remember, like, subscribe, hit notifications on our deal, because I'm going to tell y'all guys what was crazy is that we had this one thing. We had 15 people watching. We had 10 of y'all in chat. And then when I went back and looked at it, it said I had 4 people that viewed the show. Like, how the hell we have 4 people viewing the show when we got these people and what's going on? So I don't know how all that stuff works, but we're trying to get all that done. So that being said, hey, everybody have a good night. Get your